Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for watching our videos, placing comments, liking the videos, sharing the videos. It helps us a lot. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how we can train troops faster. So, how can you increase your troop training speed? It's very critical because I mean it's a war game, and of course you will fight, you will have battles, you will lose troops, and it's important that the speed in which you can remake those troops, rebuild those troops is really important. So you lose some power, and I mean quickly you regain them, and you're back to the war zone, right? And that's fun. All right, so let's talk about in what all ways you can actually increase the troop speed, troop training speed. There are a lot of options out here. I know. I love to get some feedbacks. If I miss something, or if there's something wrong in the video, please post comments and all. Let the other viewers also see and gain knowledge from that. Okay, so let's start in terms of what I know, at least in this video. So, starting from the wonder, if I'm doing a troop training, of course, I will start from wonder and I will select this level 2, the light of glory. So, that gives me a 5% soldier training speed. It also gives me training soldier amount by 3000. That's not bad. That's okay. Now, when I'm training troops, I will want to get some more benefits from the dragon. So if I go to blue dragon, I have this single troop training, and the other one is a training speed. So single troop training is maxed out at 1200 amount, and then you have the training speed maxed out at 15%. So I will like to use these both. They are good, and it helps me to make the troops faster. So I'll put that as my guardian. So I think right now they are put as guardian. Yes. Okay. So that's one part. Now done the wonder, then the dragon. Now let's move towards the dragon word. Right now, in the dragon word, there are many options. I think in the eighth word, I don't see any which has a troop increase. If I know it correctly, right? Yeah, this is all the rally stuff. Okay, but on the seventh one, you actually can get the troops increase, which is not the radiance, I believe. Give me a second. Uh, yes, the Seditious. And this one gives you a 20% up on the level 10 soldier training speed. It's important to check for what level this the training speed is getting increased. You can do that. I don't have that. I will usually go for the lower levels. I normally go for either govern by force, so it gives me for level 9 and for level 10 also. If I am doing a troop generation for level 8, I will select the level 8, uh, the dragon word, which gives me better buff for training speed in terms of level 8. I'll go with that. And likewise, so likewise, you can actually go to the fourth uh, order dragon word. You can select boot camp. If you are doing a level 8 soldier training speed, you can get a higher buff there. 25 plus 14 makes it 39. Right, that's high. And if you go lower, you'll get I think the bloom gives you 40% in level 7 and 12% more, 52 percentage. Is quite a lot, right? So you could do that. So quite a lot of options in a dragon word to increase your training speed. Okay, that's one. Moving again towards the left, let's see this horse. So there are many prince and princess here out here, right? So I think the first one, Novia, she gives us training speed by 11%. So that's again useful. Not sure anything anybody else gives us the speed up. They are more about attack and hospital and some of the HPs and damage and all. But yeah, the first one, Novia Princess, get it maxed out, get the 11% training speed up, useful on that. Okay, so with that done, we'll come on the left side again. This is the Saga tower. Here, if you go, you can actually increase your troop training speed again. I'm right now talking about all the elite troops, the level, I mean the basic troop that we got, not the Supreme Legend. So you can actually increase the speed training in the Book of Recruitment chapter, and for all the different troop types that you have here. I have done limited science uh, in this section. Okay, so that's the option that you can avail for sure. Now, on top of it, of course, in the college, you can increase your soldier training troop speed. If you go to the military option, you will see this all these recruitment, recruitment 1, recruitment 2, all of that will give you higher buff for the speed in which you can train your troops. So finish that. I mean, try to get that recruitment till 5, I believe you can do that. That gives you buff. I think even advanced military gives you buff around recruitment, makes you getting higher and higher speed. There are more stuff around uh, individual troop type increase of buff. So for the troop creation, so that's also very useful. So this is important in the advanced military. It gives you a lot of buff to increase your speed of your troop training. In elite troops, also we have the basic archer training. You can max that out. Also, infantry training, all that stuff you can do here also to increase your troop training speed. Okay, and then I think in the civilization science also there is recruitment mobilization that I believe give you the training capacity. The number of troops that you train will be increased by doing that. By doing so. And that's pretty much it over here. So that's what the science in the science department I can think of. Now let's get into the big stuff. It gives you really high stats. So now before we go to armor, let's go to lord settings. So most of you must be knowing this thing that if I'm doing a training of my troops, I'll go to the support mode. I'll keep getting these increased number of troops, and also the training speed ups, or the speed at which I'm training these troops. So that's useful. I'll do the same thing for the hero that I'm using and the lord I'm using. The same stuff will be done to get a max training speed ups, or training speed percentage, or the rate, right? Useful for us. Now, on top of it, let's see what kind of armor can be helpful for getting the speed of training, right? So if I go and check the different kind of armor I can generate, so let's go to that section. All right, so here in the section, I think if I go to, yeah, so the best armor to have a speed up of your training is the prosperity set, I believe. If you have 6 set, you give a golden set, you got 55% buff on that. And if you have, like, if you see this one, if you get an orange one, it's still 44% off. Purple is 35, and likewise, right? So you could based on what kind of armor color that you have for prosperity, you will get a higher buff. And each of these items are giving you really high buff. For 8, for 9, for level 10 troops, for level 7, 102%. That's a lot. I know level 7 we train less, but level 8 we get some, right? 61% there. Level 10 we have 14%. Level 9 we have 30%. It's quite nice. So get all six of them, you get 55% on top of it, apart from the other benefits like the research and income. But we'll be talking about the training speed here. So that's one. And the other one which I prefer is the mercy set. Again, this gives you 25% buff on top of if you get all 6 as gold armor, or as orange is 18%, and likewise, right? So again, this is something which gives you higher buff in individual set, like you have level 8, level 9, level 8, level 7. Again, it's similar to your prosperity set, but it's just giving you less items. It's cheaper to make also. Okay, so I would preferably go for these two sets to have a higher buff on my training speed. So right now I'm wearing the prosperity set on my Lord, and my Lord setting is all on the support mode, and dragon glass. Yeah, that's important. So when I'm training my entities, my troops, I will basically have my level 5 dragon class. I will wear that. I it gives me a soldier training speed of 15% here straight up for gold, and also I can purify it further, and I can get I think for different types I can get 15% archer training speed, cavalry, infantry, siege, all give you a max of 15 percent. So you can get that, you can get an additional buff of training and all here. Okay, so that's one. Now coming to the hero. So in the hero section, I prefer to use Jared as my recruitment guy. So he gives me special skills. I mean, if you go to official position skills, it gives me increase the amount, increase in string speed, 25% is a lot, right? And then again the amount. So that's one thing. He also gives me a buff of reducing the resource consumption by 10% for 1 hour. That's neat. Okay, and I'm using the Mercy set here. So as you can see, I get 25% buff on Mercy set because I'm wearing all six of those, and that's what is getting used. I also did what is I further went and in the attribute purification, I have 7.9% as my soldier training speed on this. You could get more of it because you could get the same thing, or you can increase your training amount here as one of the attributes. I haven't done that so far. Okay, and then the other hero I am using here is the Lin Jiangru. Now this guy, I haven't forged the third set for prosperity or the mercy, so it's a mixed combination. Yeah, it's not maxed out as people may have prosperity set for all the three sets. I mean, Lord and the two heroes, that will take you really high in the speed for the training. But yeah, that's what I have right now, and this guy is having stats around to increase the training speed again, right? Yeah, and it's not even max out on the star, but yeah, it helps still, right? So what I do is I will basically go back and position both my heroes as my recruitment guys, right? And once I'm done with that, I can basically start training. So that's the setting I'm doing when I'm training my stuff. Let's see, for level 9, I'm doing 86,000 troops in 8 days. I'm sure there are people who will do it much faster, but it depends on what set you have, and accordingly. All right. And of course, I mean, when you're training the troops, you may want to do it in the lucky day to get lesser uh, uh, consumption by 30%. And I think there's a kingdom buff also, which could be used if you're in the King's Alliance, by which you can do a war mobilization. Basically, increases your training speed by 10 percentage. That's very nice. And if you actually have a buff allocated to you, like if you're a prime minister or something, you get 5% buff again here. It again depends on if you are there's one more, I believe, not the guard for sure, but yeah, the prime minister, and I think the judge. Yes, so these two guys will give you a 5% buff on top of what your stats are. So right now, I think with all this, I'm sitting at not maxed out for sure in terms of my speed, but I'm sitting at 547 percentage solar training speed, and then there are some additional buffs into Archer 9 and all that stuff. Okay, all right. So I hope this video helps in to train your troops faster, get your power back, make you fight harder because you have so many troops. You can train the troops so fast, so it's okay to fight more and have more fun. All right, you guys keep watching. I'll keep making these videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.